So infestations are actually just like a building full of horde.
Yeah, exactly.
Are any of them feral?
Some of them.
I wonder if that gets worse as you get up.
Yeah, I'm guessing so.
Oh, man. Keep on the diggies. As long as I keep giving her food and water. So supposedly when you're mining, probably the best thing you can have is either yucca smoothies or a coffee.
I don't want to go up there just yet.
In the past, it used to be beer. And so
there's going to be way more zombies up there.
You'd be mining away, unable to fucking see what you're even mining because your person's so fucking wasted. But yeah, they've changed that. Now it's coffee. And obviously yucca smoothies are just great in general because they have so much food, water, and health. Which, I don't know, I never used to make them because when I was in the desert, I'm like, well, I don't need something to keep me warm or to like help resist the snow because I'm in a desert. But I actually kind of never really thought to look at the other stats of it. Why it's worth making a fuck ton of yuccas and blueberries. Oh, yeah. It is only a level 3, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed the spot.
Alright. Jumping back down.
Hey, there's a really funny thing too.
To me.
So, when you're mining, if you mine under a spot, it can fall down and collapse and you lose that resource or however many resources there are. However, you can also get hurt from it. And if you're unlucky enough to spend a lot of time mining, you can actually find that the game kind of semi-glitches out and shows you between the cracks of where the actual resources are.
I wish I had like something like a machine gun, but then again.
Yeah. So when it shows you between the cracks, you actually can see outside of here as if it's a window. You can see the zombies moving around. You can see animals getting around, trees, light of day, whatever. But at the same time, you're fully safe inside. It's really interesting. I don't know what sort of happened with that. It's just like as these like little bits move, it does it. As I get further down here, I won't actually notice straight away how deep I'm going, because I'll just be looking at the walls as I'm going around and like basically like round robin around this place, and before I know it, this hole will be quite deep. Usually I think if I was not streaming, if I was just playing for hours, I would probably spend up to maybe 4 days, like 4 in-game days mining, just solidly. Just because I just find it like just very calming. I'm getting quite a stack of iron, and I'm getting a bit of nitrate, but I'm gonna have to try harder with the clay. Once I'm done digging down here a bit, I'll have to go up there and just kind of like skim around the top a bit. And she's hungry again. Alright, so the only other thing I was going to do while I'm passively doing this, and my thing is doing it right, I was going to make cobblestone. I'll make as much as I can. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to make all that before I need to repair this, but I'll do what I can.
Interesting. Well, after clearing the place out, went to the loot room. There is something called the infested cache.
Okay.
And it comes with a lot of loot.
I was gonna say, I'm like, what's the reward?
Lots of it's pretty much just like a chest, but with more loot.
Oh yeah. Interesting. It's really interesting to see some of the new types of quests and rewards and stuff like that they've got. I think that's one of the things that, like, us that have played it for a long time are greatly enjoying. It's one of those things where, like, we're so used to what a loot room looks like, to see, like, the slight variations actually makes a huge difference for us. Let me get rid of
Alright.
this
I'm
little
absolutely
nub here.
jam-packed.
Oh, yeah?
And I even made a chest at the front of the place so I can come back and grab more stuff.
Oh, yeah. I think it'd be
That,
better when we get
yeah,
our
that was a
vehicles.
decent run. Not gonna lie.
All this down here is pretty much nitrate, so I'll keep going down. Ah, that's good. If this was more of like one of those like spots where it's like perfectly squared
Once
off or
I
whatever.
get back in, well, once I've fully unloaded everything, I go through it and see what I can chuck into the trade box for everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, so the thing about this, like where I'm digging, like that is a straight line corner and stuff like that, but there's a few spots over there that are strangely diagonal. So when I do remove them, they end up creating like a fifth pocket kind of situation, like that, where it's not actually along the line where I'm trying to keep it, which can be a little bit frustrating because I am trying to like keep it aligned. But yeah, after this, I'll have to go up the top and probably like run around nearby and just like scrape all the top off, all the clay that I also need. Because it's not just the cobblestone that I've got to make. Like, I'm going to make heaps of cobblestone. Not enough to fully buff up my house, because that's only... yeah, basically probably about the equivalent of... I guess each one's about 10 per one block. So, yeah, about 40-something. Maybe 70, 80 odd blocks is what I'll be able to upgrade. And I don't know if that's going to be the entire underspace underneath my building or not. My only other concern too is that I may have to figure out how to pick up my forge and my workstation, which I don't even know if you can. You used to be able to. If it was your area, you could pick them up. But when I was looking at the workstation earlier, I don't know if it had the option to. Mind you, I also didn't hold down E. So from my perspective, I don't know if I can pick it up. If I can, it'll be a quick and easy like pick up and move just for safety. Alright, let's stop that. Let it repair you and keep making more cobblestone rocks. It's only limited to how much clay I have, so I don't have to worry about using up the extra rocks that I'm picking up.
Oh, so that's the reason why. Okay, so the bike. The reason why the bike gets damaged so quickly now
Yeah.
is just the slightest tap would damage it a lot.
Yeah.
Crashed into a boulder, and I
Yeah.
just lightly grazed it. Yet it took off like around about 13% of the health. I was like, wow.
Yeah, sounds about right. It's taking a lot more damage, and I think the idea is that you're encouraged to take care of them or repair them. Especially since if you remember when we blew up my base and your base, one of the things we did was blow up the cars eventually too, and they were destroyable. Whereas in the past, they'd just get down to 0 durability and you just couldn't get on them. Or in them.
Yeah.
And I think I would say that what they've tried to do is a lot of people are like, oh, you can make a car and it's good for life, but a lot of things are more likely to disappear if you don't like manage it. Like for instance, you know, the engines and stuff,
Yeah.
in the batteries and stuff. So it probably matters now. That looks like a fair bit of stone there too. By the way, when you hit stone when you're mining,
Yeah, I know. I sort
it
of
fucking
understand that. I get it to make
stops the
the game
vein.
a little bit tougher.
Yeah. So wherever this is,
Alright,
there's not
everything
resources
reset.
behind it. It's just stone. So you can keep mining down through it for more stone. Maybe a
Go
few
back to
layers
base and
down, there'll be more
start
resources,
sorting the stuff
but
out.
very unlikely. So when you find a big stone patch like that, you dig to the edge and you move away from it. Unless you need stone. And then you just stay there with that. I'm glad at least that I've got a fucking iron pickaxe, because if I was trying to do any of this with like just a shovel or a basic
Now,
stone
the other
axe,
thing I'm worried
it'd be
about
nope.
is what about stuff like trucks? You know, you put a lot of time, effort, and resources just to make the trucks. If it takes just as much damage, um, it makes it really hard to drive it then.
Well, the way I see it is that for starters, you don't go off road in the wastelands. And the idea is that you now have the risk of losing all of your loot inside of that if you do fuck it up and maximum damage it. So imagine that you've fucked it up a lot going through the wastelands, and then you get out of the wastelands and you run straight into a bear that fucks it up and blows it up with all your resources inside of it. If you're
Yeah,
lucky, maybe it blows up and a bunch of little loot baggies appear. But if not, there goes all your resources and your vehicle.
yeah, and see that is a sort of a bit of a sucky thing because, like, like sometimes I play like on Nomad where I
Hmm.
just don't have a base, and that's where it could be a bit gut wrenching.
I think that's the point. I think they've really gone for the idea of like really making it some effort, you know?
Mm,
Because beforehand, like once you had something and then you got the next thing, like everything was just sweet, you know? You got a vehicle, great. You never have to worry about that again. You just got to put fuel in it and repair it every so often. And basically, armor, once you've got it, repair it every so often. And once you've got a battery generator, you don't need two of them, don't need three of them. Like the extra engines for scrapping cars, the need is unnecessary.
yeah,
I think that's what they've just tried to replace is like, okay, now if you do happen to leave your battery generator on and you leave and it runs out of fuel, you do have the risk of losing your batteries, your engines, whatever, not just like the fuel. And then you've got the trouble of going and fixing that up. Like, I would imagine that on some level in the real world, damage does occur to such items if you don't maintain them properly. Like, of course they do.
yeah.
But
Um,
yeah, I think it's an interesting factor they've brought in, just not,
Ooh, got a fair bit
you
of
know,
mods out of that run. Sorting out now.
how am I going for resources? I've almost got a stack. Yeah. Once I've got a big stack of nitrate, there doesn't look like there's any more down here. Okay, well, I'm here for nitrates, so, oh, that's some. Yeah, I'm gonna keep going for the, like, a little couple bits more of nitrate, and then if there's no more in here, I'll go up to top, and I'll skim around for some clay. Because I'm only getting sand and stone in here. It used to give you clay between the rocks, between all the stuff, but it sure as fuck has changed that now. Okay, so there could be some more there, but I'm not going to push for it. There's obviously lead and stuff, and that's where I'm going for up. So let's get rid of this block, so I have an even area to put something. I'm not sure which rock I'm hitting specifically, but it looks like the right one. Okay, so what I basically want is get a couple blocks literally up there like that, bring them down along the wall. I don't need to do this, but I'm going to do it for support. It's just being extra, that's all it is. Now, ladder it. Staircase, ladder. There's a ladder. So, yeah, pretty much just... I'm going to put it on both sides because there's a good chance that at some point I may need it. Like, you can literally have somebody just come in and just fuck this up. And it also allows me to ride up, like, both of them. There we go. Okay, so that's basically a drop-down death trap at this point. That's you're gonna break your leg if you walk in there. Now, my only thing is, I do want to mine up here, and it does go for quite a while. Yeah, alright. So I'm just gonna scooch you along the top here. I don't need to do this right here, but I'm gonna do it, because mining. So I'm just gonna, like, take off the top of this mountain a little bit. I'll get some grass fibers here and there, but it's mostly going to be clay. And as long as I don't dig downwards, it should be fine.
Okay, so pretty much anything in the trade box is up for grabs.
Nice. I'm just trying to get some clay at this point. Yeah. There we go. I like how sometimes you can see like an embedded pine cone, but it's like a flat, distorted image as you mine around. It's kind of funny. The thing is, I could have mined this anywhere else, and I wouldn't have had the issue with, say, a zombie getting stuck and digging. But I've chosen to just do this on top and make this a solid platform. So a zombie can fall down here, and they can literally dig through that if they want to. But if I keep digging straight ahead where I am, all this will collapse on top of me and I'll lose the resources.
Magazine bundle.
Sometimes if you're very lucky, you can collapse a pile, like just a stack. Like if you dig down far enough and then you dig forwards and then like unstructure it, like make it unstable, you can end up having it that what it will do is the whole wall will just collapse. And sometimes, if you're lucky, you'll get just like a whole heap of little like resource baggies, and you can just go over and collect your resources without having to mine an entire wall. But that doesn't always work. Like you don't always get resources from it, and if anything, you get a lot less than if you'd taken the time to mine it yourself. So it's not always worth the effort or the bother. But yeah, all I could say is like if you're looking to drop a bunch of harder resources and you just don't have the tools yet, dig straight down and then dig forwards and then kind of like just do like a wide circle sort of thing and just unstructure it as best you can. Once you go wide enough out and at least 3 blocks tall, it unstructures it from itself and should collapse. However, if you're standing at the bottom of it, do expect to take some damage.
I can actually make iron tools now.
Oh, fucking sweet. Now, I've got some iron tools, but look, if you happen to be able to make a better pickaxe, I'll be visiting.
Well, it's only a tier 1 at the moment.
I've got the tier 1.
But over time, if I keep reading the books, it's going to go up a fair bit.
So what I'm going to try to do is I'm trying to get a stack about equal to that. Because if I look at this,
my own shovel. I don't have to travel. I don't have to go to your place.
Huh. Nice. Well, then I'll give the other shovel to Nick if that's the case. All right. So it's less than half nitrate. So for what I've got there, I kind of want to have at least double of it in clay.
Oh, no, that's a huge step.
So probably about 7 grand in clay stack or more if I can. And then I should be able to get a bunch of farm plots. And once I've got that, I'll obviously like cut down my trees and place those instead. But I'd love to, like, you get XP from stump stuff, but not everything nowadays. Like, I think Grim said the other week, you actually have to be looking in at what you're making sometimes to be able to get the XP. Now, I am going to keep going on this because this gives me more and more. But I'm going to go with more resources first because I'm already fast enough that I don't really mind. I'm working fast enough if I can just get extra at this point. It's really interesting. It depends on what I'm working on. Trees, I'm not going to go and cut down like 500 trees in one setting unless I'm really fucking frisky about it. And even then, I want to have a chainsaw before I start doing that shit and the fuel for it. But when it comes to mining, I want to get more resources per block than, you know, I guess, than actually like the speed, because what's more important is that the ground in this world is finite. There's only so much of it. And while there's a lot of it, there's only so much of it. Trees, on the other hand, give you seeds. And seeds can be regrown. And obviously you can get more trees. But the ground, once you've mined it, once you've mined a large enough space of ground, you're not getting that back because you're putting it into other resources. And it's not like you get like a little ground cube, like a world cube square to like replace one of the 2 that you've dug. So yeah, if I'm mining trees, it's speed over resources because I can always just plant more trees, get more resources later. But if I'm digging, it's more resources over speed because I've only got so many blocks that I can dig through. I know that's probably not the most like, I don't know. I guess it seems logical, but I don't think I've ever actually said that out loud ever before.
Oh no.
What's going on?
I'm not doing that mission.
What'd you get? What'd you got a choice of?
Okay, so I do have a clear quest. It's at the bear's den.
Oh, yeah, you don't
no.
have bullets yet, do you?
I do, but
Not enough.
yeah.
Get you some water. You're doing okay for food. I'll just give you 2 water. And
So I think I might hold off on that one. Actually, do that one in the Ashlands, the tier 1 clear.
oh, I'm almost finished mining, sort of. I know I've got about 10 more minutes. How am I going with this? I've almost got equal to.
Oh, yep.
I feel like I'm not going to have enough clay no matter how much I
In
need
that
because I need it for cobblestone as well.
I
But
might go over there.
if I didn't make the cobblestone when I did, I would probably end up making a lot more farm plots. And I don't really need to have that many. And I'm actually really glad that I've got enough water for what I've been doing out here. I was expecting to need double the amount. It's kind of actually working. And I am getting a little bit of levels from just digging. Obviously, it takes substantially longer than if you're killing a zombie, because I'm only getting like a few, I don't know, I'd say probably about maybe 100 per actual like 250 hit point block, maybe. And if that's the case, then I'm getting about 1/4 of a zombie per like cube of land. Not much. It's not much, but at least it's doing something. Also, I like taking down like little bumps like this in the map, which, you know, you can get stuck with a bike or something like that. It's very easy to be like riding over a hill and you get lodged on one of these fuckers. And then you're like, oh great, now I've got to get off and get nibbled by zombies or mauled by a bear, whatever the thing that is chasing you is. So whenever I get a chance, if I'm on a mountain or something and there's somewhere that I have to dig, I will definitely dig like somewhere like this. I'll dig this over just digging over there. Like that, I'd rather leave as it is. This I also get some plant fibers. I usually have a lot more plant fibers, but then again, they don't get used in a lot of recipes. But I've always got them on me. I could legitimately just leave them at home because they're almost never necessary. Just one of those things early game that you need a lot. And if you've got a little stack of it, it ends up working out good that you don't have to worry about like these couple of things that are consistently picked up and found ending up in your inventory. I can imagine them being a lot more inconvenient based on how frequently I pick them up out of like cabinets and shit, as opposed to like me just having it on me already. How are we going for this? We've got 3,000. Is that? It's almost equal to it. Like I said, I'm not going to be able to make a lot with that. I need to have almost double it, but I think I'll pull what I can, and then I'll have to go home and get the rotted meat and see about making some of the workbench so that my inventory is not chunked up. I still used about 100 cubes of wood in that establishment, though. I'm going to go for hitting the 370 with this so that I've got at least equal to it. I don't think nitrate goes into too many other recipes that I'm aware of. So it'll kind of just compile for a while until I get more clay. Also, these things, when they do this, it's like, what the fuck? Alright, I'm over the amount. I'm just going to go for a neat 4,000 if I can get that. I don't think I can get it neat, but I'm going to try. Oh, your stamina's going so well. There we go. Yeah. Alright. Might as well grab my bike, grab that. I have a little bit of raw meat on me, but it's not going to be enough. Let's go home. I'm actually very close by. But what I actually wanted to know was, is there I'm going to head down this way first. Is there a pathway or something down this way that I can come over faster without having to go up and around for the bridge? Because this should take me to about parallel to where my house is. And then I should just look, if there's a river, I'll just cross it. But I just want to know if there's a road. It looks like a road. Because if there's an easier way to get here, I want to know about that. It's bordering the wastelands by the look of it. How we go in here? Oh, there is. Okay, well, I will... Where does this one go? Interesting. I'm guessing that goes much, much further down, but I'm going to just mark up that. I'll stay out on the road and I'll head over and just see if it's a pathway that goes up to like maybe a little river crossing. Hey, mate. I see you. I saw him crawling. This is not what I thought it was. I thought this was, I thought this was the Hope's End fucking, hold up. I thought this was the holiday resort thing. This is new. So, Grim, I've found something called New Life Hope Cabin. And it looks really interesting. Got like a well and a pointy house and a shed.
Oh, yes, that place. See that little shack on the left side? Wait.
Left side, that one?
Yep. There should be a couple of what do you call them? Lootable boxes. The ones that you gotta crack open with the axe.
No.
Should be, but it could be different now.
Yeah, no, it's just interesting. I'm not going to try to like do any melee stuff and stuff. I'm just trying to get home. I haven't seen that place before.
Yeah, it's a sort of a new one, but
Okay, so
I
it
wouldn't
just
say
goes to
exactly
water.
new, but probably like
Huh.
last alpha, I think it came out. Or was it the alpha before?
It
One
could
of
have come
those.
out in the experimental and we might have seen it then. Because I haven't seen it in the Alpha 20.
Yeah, no, I did.
Huh. I just must have never come by it.
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting because there's a lot of POIs that I never found.
Yes. Okay, so
Whoop.
you will be stopping by, right?
Just going straight towards my house. I've got to craft some stuff before finishing.
Yeah. I've got some. Well, like I said, in the trade box there is a fair bit of stuff there.
That's home up there.
For anybody.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think what I'll do is today's Thursday, right?
Yeah.
So next Monday, what I'll do is I'll swing up your guys' way and hopefully get some more quests done because I've done sufficient mining. I should be able to make some farm plots in a moment as soon as I get back to base. And what I'm hoping to do is once I've got the farm plots down, I can kind of just like rip out of my base and go do some stuff.
Yeah.
Plus, it's not going to be Blood Moon till like Thursday again, I think.
Yep, you're correct about
that.
So,
yeah. It should be fine. So I can find my door.
Yeah. There's
a
lot of mods, a bit of ammo.
I should have gone around the other
a
side.
Bit of seeds.
Here we go.
Cooking ingredients. Like I'm only keeping the eggs and what is it? Eggs, meat.
The snow trees sit fucking
Those are
low.
pretty much the only things that I'm keeping.
Oh yeah. Oh my god, how much this tree is going to be in my building? Not much, actually. All right, hold up. Give me.
That's all
rotted
done.
Meat.
That's all done.
Give me whatever I've already got. And let's make some farm plots. Cool, I can already make 40 fucking farm plots. It's only 13 minutes. So I really don't need that much resources to make it.
Sweet.
Since I've got so many, what I'm gonna do is just... I don't want to use up all of my stone. I just want to keep about 10 of these motherfuckers.
I'm about to...
I will make cobblestone.
Just double checking everything.
More cobblestone. Oh, that is a lot. That's fine. That works. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'm literally just putting stuff away at this point. Water. I don't need that for stuff. Let's put some medical in here. And the honey. Honey I normally classify
Yeah,
under
I really
food,
needed
but
to go through
yeah.
my chest because it's just a mess.
I wouldn't be surprised, Grim. I know what your chest would fucking probably look like at this point. I'm just like, I've got little like boxes kind of everywhere, but they're not like as sorted as I wish that they were. It's just they're as good as I can get at the moment. This needs to be just crafted back into box
Ah,
so I can
that
find it
is.
easier.
Wait, no,
Come on, fucking do the thing.
there's a little bit more
There we go.
stuff.
Cute. That's all good. I'm just putting some stuff still away. I've still got ammo. Cobblestone is being made. I'm going to double stack that because I know I'm making like 7,000 or some shit, which is
Because
so
I've
much.
now got a smeltable box and a medical box.
Oh, 2,000. That should be fine to stack.
And it's
Oh, yeah?
it's a bit funny because on the sitting there I'm like, wait, what goes into what?
Okay, I'm going to leave that do that. I am going to have to cut down those trees. I'm going to go stand upstairs. I did pick up my water. This looks fucking epic at the moment. I don't mind these trees.
6,000.
Those ones are a little too dense.
6,000
too dense. Fucking hell, that's good.
Yeah.
I've got like 84 still. I've collected the water tower thing. I'm gonna scrap this back by about that much. I've just got to remember it. Oops.
I'm running away.
Alright. See ya. So I want to scrap down this wall just by about that much. I'll actually just squiggle in here, actually. So that will kind of remind me, I hope, that I've got to do that. I'll just fix up this corner bit here. There, like that. There. Yeah. So I'll have some... I will have some farm plots. I'll have some cobblestone to work on downstairs. I don't know if I've got more cobblestone here. I do. Give me that. Put that in there. And yeah, I think this is like scrubbing up pretty alright. And I'll be doing some quests next week. So again, nice.